All right, high rollers, thrilled today to be chatting with this guy who not too long ago was working the real grind in a factory. He took up online poker to pass the time after breaking his foot in a charity baseball game. And in the first week online, ready for this? He won $40,000. Goodbye, factory. Hello, MTTs. And the race was on. Today, he's won $5.5 million online in his career, including every major title. And in 2013, he chopped the Sunday Million twice in back-to-back weeks. He reps the new site, PPIPoker.net, and has a very successful live stream on Twitch. Casey Jarzabek, our guest today. Big Dog, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Listen, Casey, I got to say, in my first week of online poker, I think I broke out the credit card a couple of times. I was having so much fun, but I was losing. How did you manage to win $40K in your first week, man? How did you do that?
Well, I mean, you got to remember, I'm a dinosaur. So when I started online poker, it was right in its baby stages, and nobody knew what they were doing back then. It was like turning on the water. You needed some money, you just turned on the tap. So it was really easy back then. It's not like today's day and age. So I guess I was all about timing.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because I've heard a lot of top pros today talk about online poker back in the day as their own personal ATM. They just log in and just print the money, basically. Was that easy?
Absolutely. And back then when you were doing it, you just thought the party would never end. And it has really gotten a lot tougher. Learning curves are a lot steeper now with training sites and all the tools out there for people to learn. So, yeah, you can't even explain it to people that have started today's day and age. But it was a joke back then. It's comical how easy it was.
Well, we're going to talk about how things have changed, but obviously you had an instant love affair winning $40K in your first week. Maybe some hate over the years as well. Poker is such a great game. What do you attribute your success to? Because you've had a lot of success.
Well, it's something I was growing up with, playing poker at the kitchen table with my grandfather and my father. And, it's something I've always did. I've always had a knack for cards. Just been really good at game flow and instincts and whatnot. And it transferred into poker pretty easily and pretty seamlessly. Maybe I wasn't even as good as I thought back then, but I was just better than what was going on. I quickly learned, as the game got tougher, I knew I had to make some improvements because my current game wasn't good enough. So, it's just something I've always been good at and just kind of went with the flow.
You talk about the advancements. They've been unreal. You've got the HUDs nowadays, the heads-up displays, tracking programs, push-fold charts, the coaching websites, tournamentpokeredge.com. By the way, one of the leading MTT training sites in the world, right?
Absolutely. I think we have some unique features with, Tournament Poker Edge University and stuff like that. No other site has that stuff. For MTTs, it's the place to be.
That really is how the landscape has changed. When everyone flocks to online poker, once there's money involved and, hey, I can win some money here, they start studying the game. And to be successful nowadays, you really have to keep up because there's so much out there for people to use, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the changes in the game are absurd, the things that have went on, and if you don't stay current, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're like the one guy who's playing poker and you're not on a training site, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because it is changing all the time, and you need to be able to adapt to that.
How do you adapt to the changing flow of online poker? I know you keep studying with the website, but it's always changing. MTTs, there's always a new style. I mean, even with the main event this year, we see an ultra-aggressive player win it, and now maybe more players are going that way. You got to keep up. I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I can still remember talking to DJK when he was it's the guy I credited for it anyways. He was the very first guy that decided, at 15 big blinds, he wasn't going to play pots. He was going to be all in or full. And that became a big trend after the success he was having with it was incredible. It was not exploitable. He was just full ranging, et cetera, et cetera. And it was just incredible. And then people started to adapt to that. So other changes had to be made. So it's constantly evolving in MTTs all the time. You have to stay current with forums, friends, training sites. Knowledge is power, and same as in any business. Knowledge is power.
You've had some great success online, some epic Sundays. What's it like for you when you take down an F-Tops or chop the Sunday Million? I mean, big scores. I can imagine it's a lot of run good, but it's also A lot of excitement in the house too, right?
Absolutely. And it generally finishes at like 4 in the morning. So you have to kind of temper it. Although I can still remember my first big massive score when I won was just over $250,000 on an F-Tops event. I woke up the whole house. I didn't care. I was thrilled, and it's a moment I'll probably never ever forget.
Yeah, that was for $277,930. F-Tops number 9 in 2008. That must have been just a thrill for you. I mean, that's your first big score, right? And that says, "Hey, I've done it. All this work has paid off."
Yeah, I had been really close a lot of times, and I had some 30, 40K scores, but always, fifth, fourth, third. This was the one I really finally put the hammer down and got it done, and the confidence it gave me to lead my way in my life for the next 10 years was incredible.
And let's not forget, when we talk about these big online events like an F-Tops or a W Coupe or a Sunday Million, we're not talking 1,000 entries, right? I mean, these are major, deep stacked fields of quality players.
Oh yeah, you're talking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 players for sure.
Congrats on all of that stuff. You've won every major title. You're also experiencing success on Twitch as well. Big streamer, very popular channel. Looks like you have fun. I've watched your channel a few times. You've seen you howling, you're burping, you're drinking beer, you're enjoying yourself. I mean, what's your philosophy? What philosophy do you subscribe to when you're streaming?
Well, I have Tournament Poker Edge, so when I come to my teaching and tutoring and stuff like that, I do that on Tournament Poker Edge. When it comes to Twitch, it's all about communicating with the people out there and having as much fun as I can, interacting, just kind of letting loose and just having a good time. I'm not gonna be able to teach everybody how to win $277,000 on my Twitch stream because, like you said, I'm drinking a few beers, I'm having a good time, I'm barking, I'm just letting loose. And people really enjoy it, and that makes me enjoy it even more.
What is your take on Twitch? I mean, this thing's really exploded. What's it done for gaming and specifically poker?
I mean, it's a great thing. It's another community and another aspect of poker where people can go and get involved, and even if they can't afford to play or just are unsure of how to play or whatever level you're at, it's just somewhere where you can go and you can pick your level of involvement, whether you want to chat or interact or just watch and observe. It just offers a whole new world to the general observer out there. So I think Twitch is great. I think it's amazing, and I have a lot of fun on it.
Yeah, and it seems like the community itself, I mean, the vibe amongst fellow streamers, you guys all seem to have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you're not enjoying it, you would stop doing it pretty quickly. There's been a lot of people that have come and gone because they don't enjoy it as much as they thought they might. But if you have a good time like I do, like I have a great time when I'm twitching, it's something you want to do.
To that end, I want to ask you about the trolls. It's a big part of Twitch, and I often wonder when I'm watching some of the negative comments. I think, how does it not put the streamer on tilt? Because sometimes it's hard not to take it personally, or has that come easy to you?
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I think I've always been a big man, right? I've always been a fat guy my whole life. So I've always gotten, my whole entire life, people, with the weight jokes or whatever the case may be. So the trolls don't really bother me. They don't really get to me. Occasionally when I'm tilting on poker, I might lash out at a troll, but it's not really because he got to me. It's because I tilted for whatever, I just had aces cracked or whatever the case may be. I kind of enjoy the trolls. It also brings another aspect. The one thing the trolls do bother me is when they're getting the chat upset. Like my regulars are starting to defend me, and I can see they're really getting upset. That's when the trolls bother me a little bit. But for the most part, I'm okay with all of it. I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. I do what I do, and I am who I am. And if you don't like it, you can hit the little X in the top right-hand corner. And if you do, stick around and have a good time.
Absolutely. You don't like the channel, just change it, right? You mentioned tilt, and I read somewhere that earlier in your career, it was a problem, that a leak in your game, if you will. How have you overcome that?
Well, I mean, first of all, money. When you're grinding for a living, and every dollar counts, and you take a bad beat and you tilt hard. it really sucks, because you're just like, oh man, I could have got this or done this with that money. But over the years, I've had a lot of success, so my bankroll has gotten healthier, so that has helped to alleviate tilt a little bit. And I also did a little work with Jared Tendler there for a little bit, who is a mental coach who helped me out. Now, let me say that I am not completely over my tilt issues. I'll be the first one to admit that. I can still get rattled on the poker table. Not generally, I don't do it when I'm live, but online it's easier to get upset and slam your fist down on the desk or whatever the case may be. So I haven't cured it by any stretch of the imagination, but I have gotten a lot better with it.
Speaking of live poker, I know you've had success there too. You've had 6 or 7 cashes at the World Series of Poker, but I know your focus is online. Why is that? Is it because of where you live in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, or is that because of the volume you like to put in?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of a couple things. One, the volume. You can play a lot more online than you can live. When you're playing live, it is really, really boring. But one of the biggest issues for me is I have a fear of flying. And I know that seems weird to a lot of people, but I just don't like it. I had a really bad panic attack one time when I was flying out to the LAPC, and it's just not something I enjoy doing. So I'm just like, well, you know what? Everybody's going to the World Series. I'll just stay home for the first couple weeks and play online when it's super soft or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of a combination of that. Plus, I have young kids and a family, and it's hard to be away from home from them for long periods of time.
One more question with respect to Twitch. In any poker tournament, I guess the goal is to run deep, but on Twitch, when you're streaming specifically, because you start to go deep in a tournament, the audience grows rapidly, right?
Correct. It will grow massively. If I have an average viewer of 500 Twitchers, or watchers, and I'm making a run in something that is, people are interested in, I will 10x that. I will get it to 5,000.
Wow, it's incredible. Well, it's exciting to watch, man. Twitch, I love it. Keep up the good work there. Now, you're repping a new website, PPIPoker.net. It launched this week, and it's getting rave reviews. Tell us about that.
I mean, it's been a dream my whole life to be a part of a site like this. When Randy and Gene brought it to me, I was just over the moon. I can't tell you the joy I had, because these two guys, their reputations in the poker industry is amazing. It's just two people I've always wanted to work with. So PPIPoker.net, we just opened up. We're going strong. The software is unbelievable. Our model is where players rule, and that's what we're all about. We're all about giving back to the player as much as we can, as fast as we can. It's a great thing. It's a great site, and I encourage people to check it out.
Yeah, it offers 35% rate back, some partnerships, access to the pros like yourself and Mike Leah, also Danny Noseworthy, who we're going to have on soon. You got a strong lineup of poker ambassadors there as well.
Yeah, the ambassador team is something I handpicked every one of them, and I was really took my time with it. I can't tell you how many people that I considered for ambassadors on the sites, but I really liked the group that we got, and I knew I would have to work closely with each and every one of them. So all of them, fit the bill to exactly what we were looking for, and it's a great team. It really is a great team. Our management team, right down to every ambassador, it's amazing. It's a superstar team.
Again, the website is ppipoker.net. If you want to find them on Twitter, it's at PPIPokerNet. What is the state of the union in Canada in terms of poker? How are Canadians doing these days? Are we keeping up?
Well, I mean, Canada's always been pretty decent. We have Daniel Negreanu, the all-time most money winner of all time in live tournaments. And I think Canada's always represented pretty hard. We don't have the huge population of, the United States or whatnot. But I think Canadian poker is strong and well and always will be.
All right, I want to give you one more plug for tournamentpokeredge.com for a new player that might want to improve their game or senses that they've got a knack for but just quite can't get over the hump. What will they find at tournamentpokeredge.com?
Like I say, we have Tournament Poker Edge University, so no matter what level you're at, there's something for you. You start at course 1, and you can't go on to course 2 until you pass the test that is required. So it takes you through step by step from the very simplistic basics of poker to the in-depth, high-level thinking that'll take you to play the highest levels and the highest stakes. So there's something for everyone. And my theory is I have a couple theories of online sites. One, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're the only guy not on a training site. And two, for $40, can you really afford not to do it? Like, I don't think everybody that becomes a member will become rich, but I think everybody that becomes a member, I think it's pretty fair to say that at some point they'll earn that $40 back.
Absolutely. They'll get in a pot, they'll take their knowledge and use it in that situation, and boom, they're at the final table and cashed, right? That's how it works. You got to practice, you got to put in the time. We had Hunter Sitchi on, and he says that he spends more time studying the game for online poker than most recreational players play.
I think that's probably a fair assessment, and I'm probably going to use that analogy.
All right, well, listen, man, this has been a real thrill. We appreciate the time. Good luck with PPIPoker.net, Tournament Poker Edge, the Twitch stream. Casey Jarzabek, our guest today. Casey, man, Big Dog, thank you so much.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. It's been a real pleasure. I've wanted to do the show for a while.